Bitch, please do not ask me what I do. Keep a big 40, but I still might slide you. Smoking big 30 toe L's when we ride through. Niggas big phony on the gram, they be lying to. Keep on talking shit, he might not talk no more. That boy scared of these streets.
He's down,
Must
he's
be
right
dead in his sleep. Now he talk down. Must be scared of this beat. What you talking for?
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Lace on a case, and my dinky ace rake. I'm gonna teach y'all how to play. Alright, I'm just playing around though, but I'm gonna be doing a little beginner's guide and also a tips and tricks kind of thing, because I know the tutorial doesn't teach much. So there's going to be a lot of beginners in this new season 3. I thought might as well make a little guide on what I think are the most important things to learn, because there's people I see who are gold 4 or gold 5 that, or I guess it's called pro 4, pro 5, who still don't do some of these things. So I thought I should just go over them real quick. And the first thing I want to talk about is movement tech. Movement tech is probably the most important aspect of the game when it comes to escaping fights, approaching fights, even just when it comes to moving side to side when you have cover, because there's a lot of Dabi attacks that's going to be tracking you. You can easily get behind a wall with this that's faster than a roll, and you can also maneuver left and right when you want to start a combo. It's just really good things that you need to do, and every character has specific movement tech. It's not like it's just a Dinky thing, because Dinky's doesn't even make him move faster than his sprint. It's literally just it's faster than its roll, so I'm gonna do it if I'm not out in the open. If I was on the bridge fighting, I'm just gonna roll, to be honest. But so say Cementos, for example, he has a glide mechanic with his square. So when you do that, you can basically get away from a Shigaraki attack or anything that's just on the ground. You pair it with his alpha and you're never touching the ground. You just don't touch the ground. You don't get hit unless his is maxed out, leveled up, but at the same time, so will your alpha. So it's not a big deal. Now, when we talk about characters like Dabi, I think this is where you really start to see movement tech come into play, because you can tell the difference in the speed, and it's god tier with certain characters like him. So him, Kendo, Aizawa, there's other characters also, but I'm not going to just start listing off everybody, but certain characters just have different tech that's amazing. So you have to figure out what your characters is and under what circumstances it's going to work. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was true combos. True combos is a tricky thing in this game, because they don't tell you about why a true combo is a true combo or how it even works, but there's this thing called invincibility frames on this game. And after a certain amount of hits, a lot of characters get invincibility frames, but there are always time windows, so you can hit people in certain time windows. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you hit him right here, see how there's a moment where he's not blinking? You can hit him again in that moment. So you have to figure out what moves your character can do to land it. So see, you can throw down your gamma, hit him with your alpha, but you can also mix it up and do different things. So see, the uppercut right here, break shield, if you wait too long, it'll go frames, but if you don't, you can set in another attack. He also could have went with his shield right there. So see how that resets her stand, and even if she rolls, the movement is just, there's no way they get out of it. So it's different for everybody. Another thing, or I guess the next portion of this that I want to talk about, when it comes to the map and landing, bro, don't go box. It's not necessary. You have a full team with you, and only one person is really going to get leveled up, possibly. And they're not getting leveled up. You're getting like 3 level ups each if you do go. It's not even like a coda, and it's not worth fighting over, bro. Now, the next segment I wanted to talk about was understanding your moves. And I know that sounds extremely simple, but sometimes it is very hard to comprehend. Because when it comes to, say, this move, the Dinky Orb, I didn't know until at least mid-season 2 that the very last hit of his orb breaks any move that it hits. It doesn't, I mean, every move in the game can be broke by this move. It will be interrupted. It doesn't matter if it has armor, shield, it will be interrupted. And I didn't know that for a very long time. When it comes to the dash, your initial hit, there's 2 hits. The initial hit doesn't stun and can be interrupted at any point in time. Your second hit can be interrupted if it's by a hit on the from the sides and not forward. So it's like your moves have very weird tech to it that they never explain, and it's not in the description. So you really do have to try out your moves in practice, or even when you just notice something weird happening, try your best to analyze it and see what happened, because it's probably not some kind of glitch, and it's intentional more than likely. And yes, for the most part, every character has wonky stuff with their moves that nobody knew about until other people found out. Like, I mean, everybody and their mama's doing the Dicky or Deku drop shot, where he just crouches down and gets the craziest amount of damage. I don't think anybody was doing that in the beginning of the game until, I don't know, like at least a month in. But yeah, when you really start learning the character's moves, you understand how to counterplay and how to really fight fights that you're probably not going to win, or you weren't going to win originally, just by throwing out moves and hoping that it beats someone's move when you might just be going up against a very bad counter pick. Like, take for example this Dabi and Dinky. Dinky, obviously he can touch and he can go through the field if it's not being put up immediately, but I think you notice that I'm using a lot of orb right here consistently, just constantly using this orb, and it's because most of my moves are not going to go through anything he has. He has projectile blockers, his moves are tracking, I don't have too much movement to truly get away, and if I go vertical, his orbs follow. So the only option I really have is to continuously push him off me until my teammate gets up, and I understand that, and I know I can possibly win a fight if it's a bad Dabi, but the reality is my best bet is to just push him off me, because he can't do enough damage to me at one point in time. As long as I don't get close, he can't do that much damage to me from afar, and I could just push him off till my teammates up. Let's get up out of there. And that's, you got to learn circumstances that you're going to be in. And the last piece of advice I have for y'all is about how to pick your character. And if I'm being completely honest, I know it's going to sound cliche, but just play with who you have fun with, bro. I mean it so much. I understood there was characters who could do exactly what Dinky could do, and sometimes even better in the beginning of the game. And they balanced the game out as much as I needed for the Dinky, at least. Of course, Shoto's still OP as fuck, and he does everything Dinky could do, but better. But you can have a lot of fun with different playstyles. They have different little small things that can actually make it very fun, and I don't think anybody's so far out that it makes the game no longer fun. So just play with who you like to play with, bro, and I'm sure they're gonna fix stuff in the new patches coming up. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Yankee with the top down and we be shooting Glock rounds. Play me, you get stomped out. These niggas tryna cop out. Money, I'm always on it. These bitches is always calling. They talking, I'm never bothered. I made it when niggas